up, everybody? Welcome to another. Hey, it's the NFL Guys podcast. We are recapping Week 3 in the NFL. Let me tell you, some good points, some good things, and some really bad things happened in Week 3. So we're gonna check in with my friend Jimmy Babaganoush. How did you do on your fantasy football this week?
Not so good.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Man, you were just not doing too good in fantasy football. Trust me, I'm doing the same thing. I've having some wins, having some losses, so it's been up and down for me in fantasy. So we are going to get right to my NFL recapping Week 3 in the NFL. We'll start off with my picks. I went 9-7 this week. So overall, I am 26-22 for the season so far. I got the Panther games right. The Cardinals game, I picked that right. The Bills, the Colts, I picked the Titans. The Ravens, I won on that matchup, one on the Broncos matchup, one on the Raiders matchup, one on the Packers matchup, and I won on the Cowboys matchup. And then I lost on the Chiefs matchup. I lost on the Bears matchup horribly. Lost on the Saints matchup. Lost on the Giants game. The Bengals and Steelers game, the Rams and Bucks, the Seahawks and the Vikings. So up and down for me with 26-22 overall. Overall record so far. So I wish it was better on my picks, but we are going to do the 3 players to shine in fantasy football. I went with Justin Fields this week, and I had him getting 19 points, and boy, was I way off. He only had 3 points this week in fantasy, and I missed it by 16 points. Chase Edmonds, I had him scoring 25 points. He only had 14, which I missed it by 11. This is the closest, I think. I picked Hollywood Marquise Brown, scoring 24 points. He had 8, and I missed it by 16. 3 players to shine. I picked Justin Fields, 2 passing touchdowns and 1 rushing. Boy, was I way off. He only had 68 yards in that game. I picked the Rams and Buck games to be each in the 40-40. It was 34-24 Rams. And then Joe Burrow, I picked to throw 3 interceptions. Again, he only threw 1, so which is good for Joe Burrow. So there you go. That is my picks and everything that for this week in the NFL. Before we get started, I think I might record my picks for Week 4 tonight because I am going to a VIP showing of Venom, Let There Be Carnage tomorrow, and I'm very excited. So I'm probably not going to be able to record it usually on Wednesday. So I'm thinking about doing my picks looking ahead to Week 4 tonight, so I'm probably going to record that after work. So let's get to the recap of the NFL. The Panthers defeated the Texans 24-9. Sam Darnold went 23 for 34 for 304 yards and 1 touchdown. Robbie Anderson, 1 catch for 8 yards. What is going on with him this year? Like, he played really good last year. I remember he was a hot pickup. I mean, I picked him up. I was like, oh, I got Robbie Anderson. I can use him as my flex. And he hasn't done shit this year. So I'm dropping him. And it'll go figure. It'll happen. Like, he'll end up getting hot like halfway through the season. I'm like, God damn it. And somebody's going to pick him up. David Mills is first start in the NFL, went 19 for 28 for 168 yards and 1 touchdown. Chargers, how about the Chargers? Wow. Gave the Chiefs their second straight loss, 30-24. Justin Herbert, huge day. 26 for 38, 281, 4 touchdowns. Mike Williams, 7 catches for 122 yards, 2 touchdowns. Patrick Mahomes went 27 for 44, 280 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Tyreek Hill, 5 catches for 56 yards. So a little bit better than what he had when it was at 1 catch for 5 yards last week. Unbelievable. But so the Chiefs play the Eagles, I think, week 4. So yeah, I think they'll definitely bounce back. And Andy Reid had to go to the hospital. I think he had a mild heart attack. I hope he's okay. It's not funny to joke. I was going to say that, Andy Reid probably had a heart attack of the Chiefs losing 2 straight games. But hopefully Andy Reid's going to make a recover. It sounds like he's going to be okay and be able to coach on Sunday. The Cardinals defeated the Jaguars 31-19. How about James Conner? 11 carries for 43 yards and 2 touchdowns. Trevor Lawrence went 22 for 34, 219, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Oh my God, here we go. Browns defeat the Bears 26-6. Justin Fields 6 for 20, 68 yards. David Montgomery, not a good game. 10 carries for 34 yards. Allen Robinson, 2 catches for 27 yards. On the Browns side, Baker Mayfield, 29 for 31 for 246 and 1 touchdown. Kareem Hunt, the best dual running back in the NFL, 10 carries for 81 yards, a touchdown for Kareem Hunt. Nick Chubb's 22 carries for 84 yards. I mean, the Bears' offense was just terrible. It was Nagy. I just, oh my God, it was like Justin Fields was out there and he just didn't know what the fuck he was doing. It was just like the play calling was so bad. There's all these rumors that Matt Nagy sabotaged the game because he wanted Andy Dalton in there and Fields wasn't started. I don't understand how you keep your job after that. Now I'm telling you, I swear to God, if they had a sports bet, when is Matt Nagy going to get fired? If they lose 28-3 against the Lions, there is no shadow of a doubt that Matt Nagy's getting fired. You don't keep your job if you get beat by the Lions. Honestly, the Lions almost beat the 49ers. So it was what the hell? It's just unbelievable. It's just unbelievable. And Bear fans everywhere.
These fucking assholes. These fucking assholes. The fuck is their problem, man?
Exactly. Fucking Browns defense. It was Justin Fields sacked 9 times. Unbelievable. And it was just a press conference Matt Nagy was well, we know this is not the performance, this is not what we wanted for Justin Fields to come out for and have a performance like this and blah, 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 and all this crap. And then yesterday they had a press conference. I slept in super late yesterday, and then my really good friend messaged me and was oh, Bears having a press conference and it's super late. And then I was just oh my God, is this Matt Nagy getting fired? But nope, it was just him. It was just the same bullshit. Him talking about the bad loss, and oh my God, it's just unbelievable. It was such a awful game. It is just awful. So I don't know. They've got to come better, and they got to play better against the Lions coming up this Sunday. They have to. They have to play better. And it seems like Dalton might go. He seems like he's a little bit better. They said all 3 quarterbacks could play. Who's going to play? Is it going to be Fields, Foles, or is it going to be Dalton? I don't know. I hate to say this, but Dalton didn't look too bad against Cincinnati. Did you stick Foles in there? Did you go back with Justin Fields? I don't know. It's just a mess. It's just a mess. It's awful. Moving on, Buffalo Bills defeated the Washington football team 43-21. Josh Allen, huge game. Wow. 32 for 43, 358, 4 touchdowns. Josh Allen, fantasy-wise, big bounce-back week. Titans defeat the Colts 25-16. Ryan Tannehill went 18 for 27 for 197 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. Derrick Henry, 28 carries for 113 yards. I mean, he's starting to bounce back. Jonathan Taylor, 10 carries for 64 yards. Not the greatest performance, but I'm just like, I just wish like Jonathan Taylor was just like Derrick Henry, like of last year. Like I just feel like he could be that person. Vikings beat the Seahawks 30-17. Kirk Cousins. Oh, actually, you know what? Let me bounce back. Let's go to, before we get that, because that has the Sunday and Monday night game. Let's go to this matchup: the Falcons and the Giants. Falcons get their first win, 17-14. Matt Ryan, 27 for 36, 243, 2 touchdowns. Saquon Barkley, 16 carries for 51 yards, a touchdown. It's nice to see the Falcons get their first win. Bengals defeat the Steelers 24-10. Joe Burrow, 14 for 18, 172 yards, 3 touchdowns. Bengals moved to 2-1. How about the Bengals? Big Ben, 38 for 58, 318, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Najee Harris, 14 carries, 102 yards. Chase Claypool, 9 catches for 96 yards. Nice to see Chase Claypool, thank you very much, have a good game. And let me tell you, Ben looks like a statue out there. Like, I don't know how the Steelers can play Ben out there. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like this is Ben Roethlisberger's last year. Like, I flipped over during a commercial during the Bears game, and they were showing a little bit of the Steelers game. And Ben is just so, like, I mean, he's like 2 hits away for, like, exiting the NFL. I mean, it really is. I mean, I don't know. I think you just set Ben. I don't know. I mean, obviously he's a veteran and stuff. I mean, if the Steelers lose Sunday, and I don't know who they play offhand, but if they drop this game, I just feel like they need to look at their quarterback and be like, you know, we got to go with Dwayne Haskins. Or maybe I was watching First Take, and they were talking about, did the Steelers give Cam Newton a call? I don't know. The Steelers are a mess. The Raiders just squeaked by the Finns, the Dolphins, 31-28.
Whoa, that was close.
So, yeah, that was a very close game. Peyton Barber, how about him? 23 carries for 111 yards and 1 touchdown. Wow. Raiders move 3-0. Is the Raiders the best undefeated team out there? I think they're probably the second. Like, I think it goes the Rams, which, oh my God. Like, that team is going to make a run to the Super Bowl. I really do. I think that team, Cooper Kupp, oh my gosh, Matt Stafford's playing great. The Raiders, I think they're the second best team. And then I got to throw in the Carolina Panthers. Like, how about the Panthers? Like, Sam Darnold is just playing so good this year. Next, we've got the Rams defeating the Buccaneers 34-24. Wow, game of the week matchup. And wow, what a game it was. I wish the Bears played at... well, no, I think this was a 4 o'clock game. I can't remember if it was a 4 o'clock game or a 1 o'clock. I think it was a 4 o'clock game. But yeah, it was, man, what a game. Matt Stafford, 27 for 38, big game, 343 and 4 touchdowns. And how about Jackson? Not that Jackson, talking about Deshaun Jackson. 3 catches for 120 yards, 1 touchdown. Tom Brady, 41 for 55, 432 and 1 touchdown. And man, we got the Buccaneers and Patriots Sunday, which is is it the Sunday night game or is it the Monday night game? I can't remember. I think it's the Sunday night game. Yeah. Oh my God, that's gonna be a matchup. That is going to be a game. First time at New England. Wow, that is definitely going to be my game of the week coming Sunday. So, man, but the Rams keep steamrolling ahead. Now we can get to the Vikings and Seahawks. Vikings defeat the Seahawks 30-17. Kirk Cousins 30 for 38, 323, 3 touchdowns. Alexander Madison stepping in for the injured Dalvin Cook, 26 carries, 112 yards. He had a big game. Next we've got the... Oh my God.
Fuck the Packers.
Exactly. Fuck the Packers. We had the... Packers defeating the 49ers 30-28, and wow, that was a game. And I was telling my friends, like, I go to my friend's house usually Sunday night and Monday night for the games, and I was telling them that there's too much time left. Like, when San Francisco went ahead, I'm like, that is too much time for Aaron Rodgers to go down there and for them to kick a field goal. But I was right. Mason Crosby. What did I say? I knew it. Devontae Adams, huge game, 12 catches for 132 yards. And then we had the Monday night game.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah, how about them Cowboys? They won 41-21. Dak Prescott, 21 for 26 for 238 yards, 3 touchdowns. Ezekiel Elliott, 17 carries for 95 yards, 2 touchdowns. Keep feeding him that cereal, man. I've got him on my fantasy. Nice to see Ezekiel Elliott to bounce back, even though I hate the Cowboys. It was nice to see him get going. Dalton Schultz, how about him? 6 catches for 80 yards, 2 touchdowns. On the Eagles side, how about Jalen Hurts? 25 for 39, 326, 2 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. Every time that the Eagles kept getting a penalty, I was thinking it was either going to be holding or it was going to be ineligible player downfield. It was either going to be those. So it's going to be funny. It's like if I go to my friend's house again, if they have the Eagles on Sunday night or Monday night, and they get a flag, I'm going to look over at them and be like, what do you think? Is it holding or ineligible receiver downfield? Oh, man. Oh, jeez. Next, let's look at the division standings. So the Bills lead the AFC East at 2-1. Second place, we got the Dolphins at 1-2. The Patriots at 1-2. Jets 0-3. I don't know when the Jets are gonna get their first win. The AFC West, the Raiders lead that division 3-0, tied with the Broncos. Man, what's up with the Broncos this year? They're tied with the division at 3-0. And the AFC North, we got a three-way tie for first place. The Bengals, the Ravens, and the Browns all standing at 2-1. How about the Bengals in first place? AFC South, the Titans at 2-1. I definitely feel like the Titans are going to win that division easily. I really do believe. On the NFC side, the Cowboys lead the NFC East at 2-1. The Rams and Cardinals 3-0. How about the Cardinals? It's like, it's everybody, they always think about like the Rams, the Raiders. Don't forget about this Cardinals team. You know, they are for real too. The NFC North, we got the Packers leading the division at 2-1. Bears is tied with the Vikings for second place at 1-2. We got the NFC South. We've got the 3-0 Panthers at 3-0. Wow, man. Man, are they going to win this division? It's like, how long is Carolina going to stay undefeated? So, man, that's the division standings. Now we're going to look at some of the injuries for Week 3. So we got Khalil Mack, who had injured his foot. He left the game, but he returned. Akeem Hicks left the game for a little bit, but I think he came back. Gronk took a monster hit, man. I turned over NFL Red Zone. He caught this ball, turned around, and the Rams player jacked him up and injured his ribs, but he did come back in the third quarter. I was watching, I think it was the Sunday Night Football game, and they said that Gronk is good to go for the game against the Patriots. Sterling Shepard is dealing with a hamstring injury. Another Giants player, Darius Slayton, have hamstring problems. Juju Smith-Schuster left the game. I don't know if he even played. I don't remember, but he's got some ribs bothering him. And then A.J. Brown is dealing with some hamstring injuries. So those are some of the players for week 3 that are kind of injured right now. A little bit of fantasy news. Justin Herbert, 30 points. It's nice to see him finally have a really good fantasy week, because I think it was week 1 he had 14 or 16. Same week 2 he had 14 or 16. Josh Allen, finally nice to see him really have a good fantasy football week. 37 fantasy points on ESPN. Najee Harris had a great fantasy week. 28 fantasy points. Cole Beasley, I've been saying this last year, Cole Beasley is still out there. If you need a good flex player, Cole Beasley is a great player to have. 20 points. Mike Williams, boy, he is definitely legit. 33 fantasy points. So next we're going to go to my player of the game. And, oh my gosh, this one was another tough one to choose. But it was a tough. But I went with this player because I just feel like, I don't know. I like what he's bringing to this team. So, Yakko, could you hit the drum roll? So, it's the NFL Guys Podcast. Player of the week is Matt Stafford, 27 for 38, 343 yards and 4 touchdowns. Congrats, Matt Stafford, for being, hey, it's the NFL Guys Podcast, Player of the Week. Next, we've got that good old who's the player that should have stayed in bed, should have watched, watched Netflix, watched some HBO Max. So, unfortunately, I have to go with the whole Chicago Bears offense, the whole team. Defense looked bad. Offense looked bad. It was just a bad week for the Bears. It was pathetic. It was unbearable. The whole team should have just stayed in bed and watched Netflix. Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That's the recap for week 3 in the NFL. Hopefully everybody had a great fantasy week. And like I said, I am more than likely going to do my week 4 podcast tonight at some point. Might be late, but definitely look on to my look on to my YouTube channel for the look ahead to week 4 for my picks and my players to shine, my bold predictions. So until tonight, hopefully everybody has a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care.